Day 7. I can't believe it's been a week since this all started. And I was in a good mood yesterday, but just that realization that it's been already 7 days and this is still happening. I can't believe this. Has it really been a week? It doesn't even feel like that. It's weird because, like, everything has slowed down and the days certainly seem a little bit longer, but I don't know, just something about, I guess, just like saying it out loud. You know, I told myself at the start of all this that, you know, that gut feeling, I mentioned that this would last a while. It's just a plane, but I mean, I have to look forward to something. I might as well look forward to every sound I hear. Just helps me keep the illusion that there's still people outside for some reason. Like I told myself that my gut was telling me that this may have lasted a while, but I didn't think, I don't know, it's like my brain was telling me that, but my heart was still having that hope. I know that sounds cheesy, but it is what it is. And I realized that, like, I've heard a few times before that the only thing worse than fear is hope. Because fear, you know what it does to you, you know how it affects you, but hope can slowly kill you if you don't, like, I guess, how do you put it? If whatever you're going through doesn't get resolved, that hope, like, kills you more than fear. And even though I've seen plenty of videos on that, and I've read on that, I should say. I just didn't really know until it affected me. You don't really know something until, like, you go through it, so I'm just... I've also been reading on people who've woken up from comas. They said that, okay, that sounds like a smaller plane. I've read it, people who've woken up from comas said that some of the time, they would hear whoever was talking to them, and it would just seem like it's, not really, like, some people said that they could, like, hear the person right next to them. Other times they say it's, like, in the distance. Other times it feels like their entire voice can be heard, but it's not like loud. I don't know if that doesn't make sense. But I haven't heard my parents' voices yet. So I know I already mentioned that, like, I just thought of maybe I was in a coma, but like I'm hearing cars and planes and animals. Like, am I knocked out where no one, like, is my body like just in a ditch somewhere? Like, am I near an airport? I don't remember. I live pretty far from the airport, so like I don't know. It was just, I just been thinking about that all day, because like I mentioned yesterday that it helped me. I feel like because I was so focused on having my body just eat normal, and that I was distracted from the situation, that, you know, having that distraction really helped. And I feel like that's what I should do. Like, I still look out for people, but I don't feel that need to, like, go into any other apartments. Like, I've gone outside, but I haven't, like, left the apartment complex, because it's just, I already know this. I already know. Alright, you know. If I hear a car, I know there's nobody out there, but I still go check. And of course I'm gonna be disappointed, even though I set myself up for that. But at least that disappointment isn't as, like, big as, like, me trying to just go to more counties, I would say, either south of me or west of me. Because east of me there's not really much around anyway. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's the countryside, but it's more like the rural area. So, I mean, you know. And I know that sooner or later, I'm gonna have to get food from other apartments, but I will say that was a damn good tuna sandwich I just had. Oh man. Why don't people like tomatoes? I never got that. Like, I love tomatoes. Like, and what's funny is that I don't get why I like tuna sandwiches, because I don't like anything else regarding tuna. Tuna casserole, get out of here, Carol. You know, Cheryl, Carol, Meryl, just whoever, get out of here and take your tuna casserole with you. I don't know what other things. I guess a tuna wrap, I guess that's okay. But I don't know, man. Like, I was just, like, laughing at that. I was like, why don't people like tomatoes? But then again, like, I hate olives. I hate Brussels sprouts. I hear they're good for you, but, like, when I explain to people that they smell like farts, they look at me weird, and I'm like, that's, like, it's not like my nose is messed up. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, who would eat Brussels sprouts? So I always wanted to, like, tell like, guys, like, listen, if you take a girl out on a date and she orders Brussels sprouts or onions or garlic, anything that, like, you know, is a lingering odor, she doesn't like you. And that's coming from somebody who didn't even, you know, have a lot or many. And that's, you know, that's just, I wish I would have just gone out sooner and just interacted with people, because that's what I wanted to do, you know. That's why I started my started doing those, like, you know, YouTube videos, because I was just trying to make myself feel comfortable, you know, expressing myself. And instead of doing that in front of people and seeing their reactions, I figured I could just do it on the internet, and I don't know, that dopamine hit, as they say. Like, even when I hear what I think are voices outside, like, I'll say something to whoever is talking, and it I don't know what's worse, if they don't say something back or if they did. Because usually I'm like by the window, but just sometimes I just get a overwhelming feeling of like uneasiness, like I shouldn't be near the window, so I'll like sit over here, and like if they say it's a beautiful day out, and I'm like, I wouldn't know, like that, and it's like the conversation still keeps going, like I didn't say anything, which is kind of like how school was for me. Elementary, middle, high school, I mean, I just told myself, well, I'm really short, everyone's tall, so they just can't see me, I'm not in their bird's eye view. Oh man. What I would give to just experience that just for one day, I don't know, man. I would definitely do things a lot different. I would definitely just be more expressive and, not just be so closed off from anyone, because it's one thing to be closed off when there's people around. It's another thing to have no one around, so I don't have a choice. This isolation is, when you don't have a choice, that feeling. That feeling just sucks. Don't call him. Don't call him. Don't call him. I was also thinking of that too, like, what if I did hear my parents' voice? I think if I did, that would convince me that just my state of mind it's not what I think it is. Like, this is just some type of, I don't want to say simulation because that's just cheesy, but just, it's like a nightmare. Or a dream. Well, no, this is definitely a nightmare. Like, I don't like any dream that goes bad is a nightmare. I would say if it was like me and like somebody else, at least that would be a dream, I guess, but it would still be hell. But at least I would have just someone to just talk to. I don't know. I've just been looking at my phone all day. So, distractions. You guys know my boy Iron Man? I got I think this is my favorite pin. I have that. I have this. I think that's pretty hardcore. I don't know if you can see it. It's Iron. There you go. It's Iron Man holding his helmet. And I have these two Pez. I think that's pretty cool. It always pisses me off when I saw like merchandise and like the most random characters would have their own stuff, but yet Iron Man would always be lumped in with the Avengers, and ain't nobody give a goddamn about the Avengers. Iron Man did everything. In all 4 Avengers movies, Iron Man does everything. Those are like literally Iron Man sequels. So he doesn't have a trilogy. He has 7 movies so far. Well, I mean, so far. Oh, I forgot this. And I got a bobblehead too. Yay.